Welcome back, fellow cardboarders. What do you do with your bulk? We have boxes filled with bulk. What do you do with that? Do you just at some point just gift it away? Do you send it out to friends? Do you sell it? What do you do with your hundreds of cards? Before you continue watching, just let me know in the comments below. For me, I just sort them out, try to keep one card of each set of all the commons and uncommons. The rares I normally just trade away if I don't need them and buy them again if I at some point find a use for them. And I keep them sorted in these nice fat pack or bundle boxes, how they call them today. Normally, if I find the time, I sort them by set. So this is all Innistrad. I then sort them by color and in alphabetical order. So if I really need one card, I can just find it and know exactly if I have it or not. So let's say I need an intangible virtue and I need the Innistrad printing. There are different printings, but if I needed this exact card, I could see if I have it between G and M. And if I don't have it, then I don't have the card. So if you want to have a little challenge or something meditative to do, sort your cards by set and alphabetically and by color. And you will find it very, very useful to find the card you actually need in a couple of seconds. Now, if the box is full like this one, more Innistrad cards get sorted out. If I really, really need more of the Innistrad cards, I would maybe put them in the Dark Ascension box or the Avacyn Restored box. Basic lands I normally sort out and put aside into another box with basic lands, but this is how I keep my collection clean and organized. All the cards that I have too much, I put into empty booster boxes and store away and actually teach other children and friends in my age the game. And this is how I wanted to start the discussion today. I got someone over on Facebook who sorts out his cards from time to time, and when he has too many cards, he just sends them to me, and I'd normally just pay the shipping costs or a couple of euros more if he wants for his work he put in sorting them out and the money he paid for the cards. But obviously I'm not paying him like 10 cents each, and these are mostly commons and uncommons. Empty IC pack, I guess, for protection. And there's the box of cards. He told me it should be around 1,000 or 1,300 of cards he sorted out and didn't need. And what I do with them, I obviously look through them if I really need one card more for my set or two and just keep them. And the rest I use to teach people of my age or younger and teach them about the game. Normally I build like 40 card decks with them. I tell them about the colors, the color pie, and let them choose a color, and we build decks with about 40 cards each. Let's see how we get this open. Go like this. Yeah. And I have a junior youth group, which is youth of the age of 12 to 15 normally, sometimes younger, sometimes a little older, and I teach them the game. Additionally, I am a teacher. And I'm also thinking about teaching pupils the game after school. maybe during some kind of club or so in school. If you have any experience with that, please let me know in the comments below. I talked with a couple of teachers here in Germany, and we had different opinions. Some of them were positive towards the idea of having such a Magic the Gathering club in school. Some of them were worried about the thought of theft if I would gift them some of the cards, or some of them would buy cards and have better cards, and then you would have some kind of jealousy and maybe theft. So yeah, if you have any experience with that, let me know what your experiences are. Some schools in Germany actually banned card games in general, also Pokemon and the others, because of those reasons. I think my school did not ban card games yet, but I might ask in the next couple of days or weeks. But yeah, let me know what experiences you might have or concerns. Maybe you're a concerned parent or not. Maybe you find the idea good or not. Just let me know and we'll have a nice discussion together. But yeah, I had very good experiences in my junior youth group, where I taught a couple of youth the game. We built 40 card decks and played with them, and in the end I gifted them the decks, and yeah, they continued playing. They didn't go deep into the game, didn't buy any more cards, but I think it's important for the younger generation to also learn the card game, or otherwise this game would die out with the next or the generation after that next generation. And that's why we have to teach the younger generation about this game. As you can see, probably all of these cards are German. This is okay for me. I do actually enjoy playing with English cards as well, teaching the pupils or youth about the English language. This is also a way of how I learned English, because certain vocabulary used on these cards are obviously new vocabulary for non-English speakers, and learning words like sacrifice gives you the feeling of you knowing some words that others don't know because you're playing this kind of game. Now, I'm not going through all the cards on camera. I will take a closer look at them off camera. So there are a couple of rares and mythics actually, so that's nice. I bet nothing of value, which I would obviously pick out and let them know how much they would cost. So I'm not out here for the value. I'm rather making sure that there's no actual value in these cards, so that you don't have the problem of someone owning a higher value card while others are still playing with like bulk 1 cent a piece cards. All in all, I think this game is great for teaching young children and youth about mathematics and strategic decision making and just problem solving. And these are all very important skills that pupils or children can learn with that game that other games might not teach. You could also play in teams like Two-Headed Giant, obviously, which would then again increase the team spirit and the skill of team building. I actually told you in another video that I taught my cousin Magic the Gathering when he was like 4 years old. He had a mathematical understanding quite early. During that age, he could already read numbers and add and subtract them. This is when I talked to my uncle. I was like maybe 15 years old, and I asked my uncle if I could teach him, and he was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he had a lot of commons flying around, and we just paid the mana and attacked and blocked and tried to beat each other's life totals down to 0. So he learned the general gist of the game. So he knew how to play a land each turn, obviously draw a card before. He would also untap his cards, obviously before that. So untap and upkeep, he would draw a card, and he would play a land and then try to read the numbers and the symbols and tap the mana respectively, put the card into play, and then he learned what summoning sickness is and that he had to wait another turn. He could attack me, and then we talked about different approaches, what would happen if he attacked with this or that creature, and if it would be a smart move. And yeah, it was a really fun game because often you have like creatures that have a very bad effect in their text, and that's why they're maybe very cheap in mana. But when you don't play without, when you're not playing with any text, some of the cards become very strong very fast. But yeah, we had a fun time, and until today he's playing Magic the Gathering, and he even built his first set cube with Khans of Tarkir, Fate Reforged, and Dragons of Tarkir. The whole block he loved a lot, and he just had to build a set cube after he saw the Dark set cube, and he was like, I really want a Tarkir set cube. And he already has all the cards now, and got them together, and he even played the set cube with his friends, and they had a blast. So yeah, think about who in your vicinity you could teach the game. Ask around. The game is not that hard to learn, and with 40 card decks and just a couple of abilities, maybe you stick to one set, you can already play a one-on-one game with 40 cards, maybe monocolored decks, and get a new person to Magic, and maybe in the end they will play the game a little longer than you might have expected. And if you are in a foreign country and you want to teach someone maybe German, want to teach someone English, Spanish, whatever it is, you can also get bulk from these languages, which will normally be cheaper than English cards, since they are less seeked out, but it's also a great way to learn another language. So let's have a little discussion in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on teaching this game in school at a younger age of maybe, let's say, 5 or 6, and what your experiences are, if you have any experiences with that age group, or even taught some of your relatives or friends that game. Take care, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.